Good morning, all of you. In previous class, we have started with coordination compounds, introduction, differences between coordination compounds and double salt. Okay, which type of elements will form coordination compounds, D block elements especially. Okay, and coming to this Werner's theory. Okay, Werner's theory, what he has explained by seeing that amount of AgCl formed. Okay, like that he wants to write the formula. And coordination compounds have two types of valencies. Those are primary valency, secondary valency. Primary valency is satisfied by ionic bonds. Secondary valency is satisfied by non-ionizable bonds. Those are covalent bonds. Nothing but coordinate covalent bonds. No? Like that, some Werner theory points I told. Okay, by that Werner theory was completed. After completion of that Werner's theory, some important terms which are useful in coordination compounds chapter. That is our side heading. Okay, useful terms or basic terms in coordination compounds. Useful terms in coordination compounds. First one, coordination entity. First one, coordination entity. Okay, let us take one example and easily we will understand. No? We have K4 FeCN6. K4 FeCN6. This is one coordination compound. Simply these coordination compounds are called complexes. Okay, this is one complex. If it is added to water, we will get 4 K plus ions and 1 FeCN6 minus 4 ions. See, here plus 4 totally. Automatically this charge will be minus 4. This 4 we can write here minus 4. This is the thing you will get. This is totally one complex ion and these are simply ions. Okay, ma'am? Now, this square bracket, whatever we are representing, this is representation only. That is representation. Okay, actually, this iron ion is surrounded by cyanide ions, cyanide particles. Iron particle is surrounded by cyanide particles. That is one constituting one charge. The charge is minus 4. Okay, now the total particle is represented with square bracket, which is not ionized, into iron and cyanide. That square bracket is not going to be ionized in water, because already we told between potassium and this complex one we have ionic bond. Between iron and cyanide we have covalent bond, which is not ionizable in water. Okay, so this is not going to be ionized. This total square bracket which we are going to mention, whether it is by charged particle or not, whatever it is, this square bracket is called coordination entity, which is not ionizable. The square bracket which is not, this is our representation only. Okay, everywhere definitely is square bracket it will be visible. That is called coordination entity. That is first useful term. Okay, ma'am? Shall we go to next one? Second, central metal atom. Every coordination compound, definitely this complex square bracket is there, na? This square bracket. In that square bracket, definitely it has one metal ion. Please, in this total, potassium is not central metal atom. This is not at all central metal atom. What is this central metal atom? This metal atom which is present in coordination entity. The metal atom which is present in coordination entity. Coordination entity is represented by square bracket. Na? In that square bracket, what is the metal atom present? That is called central metal atom or ion. Sometimes it is in ionic form and sometimes it is in atomic form. Okay, central metal atom or ion. So you can write the definition as the metal atom which is present in coordination entity. the metal atom which is present in coordination entity is called central metal atom or ion. Okay, this is about second one. Next to third one, which is very important, let us see. Ligand. What is that? Ligand. Now, again I am taking one example. K4FeCN6. K4FeCN6. This one, remove this one, you will get -4 charge. In the coordination entity, this is coordination entity only, na? In the coordination entity, central metal atom, in the coordination entity, central metal atom or ion is surrounded by some electron pair donors or some particles. Those particles are called ligands. Central metal atom is surrounded by some particles. Okay, those particles are called ligands. Just 2 minutes, ma. Okay, see all of you. The central metal atom is surrounded by some electron pair donors. Actually, those electron pair donors are called ligands. Ligands are of various types. Okay, that classification we will see now. First classification. Instead of classification, different types directly we will see. No problem. Okay, first one. Denticity. What is that? Denticity. The number of lone pairs donated by ligand to the central metal atom or ion is called denticity. Once again, what is the definition? The number of lone pairs donated by ligand to the central metal atom such that ion at the time of formation of complex is called denticity. The number of lone pairs, not electrons, pairs. One pair, one, like that. Okay. The number of lone pairs donated by ligand to the central metal atom such that ion is called denticity. If ligand has donated one lone pair, that is called unidentate ligand. If the ligand has one lone pair to donate, or ligand has donated one lone pair to the central metal atom. Ligand has donated one lone pair to the central metal atom, that is called uni means one. Unidentate ligand. Example, Cn minus NH3. One small thing for you. Definitely these ligands must be contained by negative charge or neutral, okay, but they have to contain electrons. I think in previous class also we have seen they have to donate electrons. No? Definitely they have excess number of electrons. Whether it has lone pair, neutral atom has lone pair, negative charge particle, anion has negative charge, that lone pair. This is also pair. Okay, so it has that capacity to donate. H2O is coming under unidentate ligand only. Please don't think that it has two lone pairs like that. Read the definition correctly. Number of lone pairs donated by ligand. How many lone pairs are present on that ligand? It is not important. Okay. At the time of formation of bond, how many lone pairs it has donated? Generally, water has 2 lone pairs, but it will not donate 2 lone pairs. It will donate 1 lone pair only. Water has 2 lone pairs on oxygen. Okay, but it will not donate 2 lone pairs every time. Every time it will donate only 1 lone pair. Okay, ma? So it is coming under unidentate ligand only. No problem. Cn minus NH3 H2O Cl minus F minus etc. These are all coming under unidentate ligand. Next, these are all unidentate ligands. Didentate ligand. If the ligand donates 2 lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom at the time of formation of complex, he is called didentate ligand. Okay, this didentate ligand little bit structures are also there, ma. Now I am writing separately. First I will rub this definition everything. Okay, let us see. Didentate ligand example: C double bond O, O minus, C double bond O, O minus. C double bond O, OH, C double bond O, OH is called oxalic acid. C double bond O minus, C double bond O minus is formed by the removal of H plus ions from oxalic acid. So this is called oxalate. What is this? Oxalate. This oxalate, oxygen negative charge, this oxygen negative charge. So 1, 2. 2 lone pairs it can donate. Not can. It donates at the time of formation of bond, that is oxalate ion. For understanding purpose only I wrote this one. This is not at all donating the electrons, this one only, oxalate ion. Okay, next. Simply it is represented as C2O4 minus 2. C2O4 minus 2. Next. CH2 NH2, CH2 NH2. Ethan 1,2 diamine. Ethan 1,2 diamine. Nitrogen has 1 lone pair. This nitrogen has 1 lone pair. So it can form, it donates 2 lone pair of electrons at the time of formation of bond with air, that central metal atom. So it is coming under didentate. Okay, what is the name? Organic chemistry. 1, 2. On first carbon atom NH2, second carbon atom NH2. Ethan, root word ethan, 1,2 diamine. NH2 means amine. Observe the structure. Okay, ma? What is the name? Ethan 1,2 diamine. This is simply represented as En. Ethan 1,2 diamine is simply represented as En. This is negative ligand. This is neutral ligand. This is negative ligand, negative didentate ligand. This is neutral didentate ligand. Okay, next. SO4 minus 2 didentate ligand. SO4 minus 2 very rarely you will get, ma. No need. These are generally frequently. These are generally repeating. Okay, this is about didentate ligand example. Further, if you see anything, we will go through. Okay, ma. Next, this is about didentate. Next, directly we will go for polydentate ligand. Polydentate means so many lone pairs it can donate. Okay, EDTA. I will let the abbreviation also. First, let us see the structure. Ma. CH2, CH2, N, N, CH2CO, O minus, CH2 C double bond O, O minus, CH2 C double bond O, O minus, CH2 C double bond O, O minus. CH3 COO minus is called acetate. CH3 COO minus is called acetate. Instead of this H, it is substituted with nitrogen. Instead of this H, we have nitrogen. See all of you. Nitrogen, this one lone pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many lone pairs it will donate at the time of formation of bonds? It will donate 6 lone pairs. Okay. So it is called, particularly if you want to say, hexadentate ligand. What is that? Hexadentate ligand. Simply we will say polydentate. Poly means more than 2. More than 2 lone pairs, if it is able to donate, then it is polydentate ligand, we will say. Now see the abbreviation. E, ethylene, diamine, D, diamine, T, tetra, A, acetate. Ethylene, diamine, tetraacetate. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many acetate are there? 4 acetates. Tetraacetate. NH2, NH2. Diamine. In that, instead of hydrogen, this is substituted. Correct or not? NH2, NH2. We have seen previously ethane 1, 2 diamine. In that NH2, NH2 we have seen, instead of hydrogens, we have substituted with acetate. So diamine in ethylene. Ethylene is general name. There we have written particularly ethane 1, 2 diamine. Like that we can write here. But anyways, EDTA is nothing but like this also we can write. No problem at all. What is the name? Complete form. EDTA. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Note down this structure all of you neatly, because this EDTA you are supposed to use in analysis. You have laboratory na, at the time volumetric analysis you will do with the help of this EDTA. Okay, at the time you will come to know what about the structure you can imagine if you know now. Okay, this is about types of ligand depending on how many lone pairs it will donate at the time of formation of bonds with central metal atom. Depending on how many lone pairs it will donate or it donates. Okay, depending on how many lone pairs it donates at the time of formation of bonds with central metal atom. These many types they are: unidentate ligand, didentate ligand, and polydentate ligand. Examples also we have seen. Okay, next one. Neutral ligands, negative ligands. If the particle has no charge, neutral negative ligands. neutral NH3 H2O En ethane 1,2 diamine, okay ma, etc. Maximum these are only coming under neutral. Under negative, C2O4 minus 2 oxalate ion, Cl minus, Cn minus, next EDTA. EDTA has negative charges, CH2CO minus, EDTA. These are all coming under negative ligands. These are all coming under neutral ligands. Okay, next one more type coming under ligands only, that is ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate ligand, example Cn minus na. In Cn minus, carbon has negative charge. Okay, see, if carbon donates the lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom, actually it is unidentate only. If carbon donates, this is called cyanide. If carbon donates, this is called cyanide. Nc minus. If nitrogen donates, that is called isocyanide. If nitrogen donates the lone pair, that is called isocyanide. Ambidentate ligands are the type of ligands which contains two donor atoms, carbon, nitrogen, which contain two donor atoms, but at the time of formation of bond with central metal atom, it will use only one. This one we have seen in first chapter of organic chemistry, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes also. Ma? Okay, in haloalkanes and haloarenes, AgCN, KCN, correct? If haloalkane reacts with AgCN, it will form isocyanide. If haloalkane reacts with KCN, it will form cyanide. How it is? In one compound, nitrogen donates the lone pair of electrons. In another compound, carbon donates the lone pair of electrons. If carbon donates the lone pair of electrons, that is called cyanide. If nitrogen donates the lone pair of electrons, that is called isocyanide. Okay, next. One more example. N double bond O, lone pair. Nitrogen can donate the lone pair. What is that? Nitrogen can donate the lone pair. Now this is nitrito N. N is able to donate the lone pair na N nitrito. Next, N just 1 minute na. Sorry, here negative charge na. NO2 minus. Correct. NO2 minus this is. Okay. NO2 minus nitrogen, this negative charge is then it will donate. Then N nitrito. Now next thing is NO single bond O minus single bond 1 minute na. Single bond O minus nitrogen donates the lone pair of electrons. Here one bond. Sorry, just 1 second. See, nitrogen O double bond. Nitrogen is going to donate, na. After donation, it will get positive charge. After donation it will get positive charge. Then this is N-nitrito. N-nitrito. Next O, N, single bond O. Here bond. Double bond only here also. If oxygen donates the lone pair of electron, actually oxygen has two lone pairs na, then okay, correct only. Here if nitrogen donates the lone pair of electron to form bond with the central metal atom, metal M, then this is N-nitrito. If oxygen donates the lone pair of electrons and it will form bond with metal, okay, then this is O-nitrito. This is O-nitrito, this is N-nitrito. This one also we got in haloalkanes and haloarenes, AgNO2 and KNO2. Okay, ma? This is about ambidentate ligand. Now, what is meant by ambidentate ligand? The ligand atom which has two donor atoms, but at the time of formation of bond with central metal atom, it will use only one donor. Okay, that type of ligands are called ambidentate ligands. Are you able to understand, ma? This is about complete information regarding ligands. Okay, neutral ligands, negative ligands, next ambidentate ligand, next what is meant by denticity. Okay, how many lone pairs it donates at the time of formation of bond with central metal atom. Actually H2O contains two lone pairs present on oxygen, but it will donate one lone pair only at the time of formation of bond with central metal atom. That is coming under unidentate ligand. Okay, ma? This is about ligands. Third useful term in coordination compounds. Next, one more thing, not completed. Sorry, ma, it is not completed. One more, that is chelate ligand. This is last step under ligand, ma, which is chelate ligand. Okay, chelate means cage. Chelate means cage. Now let us see. Suppose iron is there. This iron is surrounded by C2O4 minus 2. C double bond O, O, C double bond O, O. This oxygen negative charge is there, na? That negative charge is donated to iron. Let us take Fe plus 2. That procedure, everything, how it forms bond with Fe plus 2, what about empty orbitals, everything we will discuss in next coming model, valence bond theory, like that, man. Meanwhile, just what is this chelate ligand you can observe. Okay, next. This oxygen also has negative charge, na? That negative charge is donated into the empty d orbital of Fe plus 2. Okay, see, closed structure is formed like a case. Closed structure is formed like a case. The type of ligands are called chelate ligands. The type of ligands are called chelate ligands. Same Fe plus 2 forms bond with Cn minus. Any closed structure is formed? No. Cn is not coming under chelate ligand. C2O4 minus 2 is coming under chelate ligand. One more example. Same Fe plus 2, NH2, CH2, CH2, NH2. See, this is En, ma. Ethan 1, 2 diamine. Ethan 1, 2 diamine. Nitrogen donates lone pair of electrons. Nitrogen donates lone pair of electrons to form like a closed structure, closed ring-like structure like this. This is central. This is metal atom. It will form cage-like structure, closing. That is called chelate ligand. Okay. Now, are you clear? Didentate ligand, polydentate ligands, they are able to form, they are called chelate ligands also. Unidentate ligands are not at all chelate ligands. Didentate ligand, polydentate ligand, these are all coming under chelate ligand. Okay, now chelate ligands will form more stable compound. Chelate ligands will form more stable compound when compared to non-chelate ligands. This effect is called chelate effect. This effect is called chelate effect. This is about complete picture about ligands. Okay, ligands topic is completed. Now first one, coordination entity. Second one, what is the second one? First one coordination entity, second one central metal atom. The metal atom which is present in the coordination entity is called central metal atom. Okay, third one ligands. First we have seen definition. After that, different types of ligands we have seen. This is chelate ligand one, which is going to form cage-like structure, that is called chelate ligand. Chelate ligands will form more stable compound when compared to non-chelate ligands. This effect is called chelate effect. This compound we will say it as complex. Coordination compounds are simply called as complexes. Okay, next. Completed, man. Ligands topic is, the third useful term is completed. Fourth one. Oxidation number on central metal atom or ion. Oxidation number on central metal atom or ion. Okay, the charge present on central metal atom or ion is called oxidation number. The charge present on central metal atom or ion is called oxidation number. One more time, the charge present on central metal atom or ion is called, the charge present on central metal atom or ion is called oxidation number. This oxidation number, how to find that one? Let us take one example and we will see, ma. Okay. K4FeCN6. This is central metal atom. What did we say? The metal atom which is present in coordination entity is called central metal atom. Okay. Potassium, every time potassium oxidation number is +1 in combined state. If it is in elementary form, 0. Every time potassium, sodium elements oxidation number 1 +1 in combined state. If it is in uncombined state, that means elementary form, it is 0. Okay, let us see. Potassium atoms, how many are there? 4. 4 into +1. 4 into +1. We don't know oxidation number of iron. Let it be X. How many iron atoms are there? 1. 1 into X, X plus. Immediately remember Cn minus ma. That one we have to remember. What is the charge present on Cn minus 1? Correct, minus 1. Then how many are there? 6 are there. 6 into minus 1. Total charge 0 is equal to 0. 4 into +1 plus X plus 6 into minus 1. Cyanide minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 4 plus X minus 6 is equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to +2. So what is the charge present on central metal atom in this K4FeCN6? Fe plus 2. Okay, like this one more complex we will see. Example. K3 FeCN6. 3 potassium atoms are there. 3 into plus 1 plus iron we don't know. 1 into X plus 6 into minus 1 is equal to 0. 3 plus X minus 6 is equal to 0. X minus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 3. No chance at all this central metal atom will get negative oxidation number. No chance, because metal atoms will not show negative oxidation number. They will show plus oxidation number only. Plus 3, plus 2. Okay, ma'am. Next. One more example. CO, cobalt, NH36, Cl3. CO, NH36, Cl3. Cobalt is a central metal atom. The metal atom which is present in coordination entity is called central metal atom. Let it be how many atoms, ma? One atom, 1 into X. Plus NH3 is neutral ligand. NH3 is neutral ligand. Neutral ligand oxidation number 0. It doesn't carry any charge. So 6 into 0. Chlorine, negative ligand. Cl minus. How many are there? 3. Plus 3 into minus 1. Total charge 0. So X minus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 3. Did you understand, ma'am? Shall we take one more example? Okay, let us see. CONH35 Cl2. Let cobalt oxidation number is X. 1 into X plus 5 into 0. Anyways, NH3 every time 0. Neutral ligand's oxidation number 0. NH3H2O. Okay. Plus 5 into 0. Plus 1 into, here one atom is there, na? Minus 1. Plus here outside same. 2 into minus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 3. Cobalt here also plus 3 only. Okay. In this way we can calculate the oxidation number. Further examples at the time we are writing the further models. Next class we will see names. How to give names of complexes, that means coordination compounds. Nomenclature of coordination compounds we will see. At that time how to calculate these oxidation numbers by taking some examples. Further we will calculate now. Okay. This is about fourth simple term, useful term. Next, fifth one. Coordination number. Coordination number definition is number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom. Write the coordination number definition. Number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom. Number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom are called coordination number. Is called coordination number. Number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom is called coordination number. Okay, let us see some examples now. K4FeCl6. How many ligands that surrounded iron? 6. Coordination number equals 6. Next. Sometimes we will have FeC2O4 thrice K4. FeC2O4 thrice K4. Okay. C2O4 is oxalate ion, which is didentate ligand. So here if you want to say coordination number, that is didentate ligand 2. 2 into 3, 6. Please don't write 3. This is didentate. Even though it is one ligand, it has two donors to donate, two lone pairs to donate. So two from each atom, each molecule two. Then how many are there? Three. 3 into 2, 6. To differentiate that one only, immediately I told this example. Okay, suppose we have FeEn thrice. Some example. En is didentate. 3 into 2, 6. Coordination number 6. Like this we have to be very careful. Okay, please don't think that this 6 like that. This is didentate. 3 into 2, 6. This is also didentate. 3 into 2, 6. Like that we have to see the coordination number. Number of electron pair donors surrounding the central metal atom. Number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom is called coordination number. Okay, next, sixth one. Counter ions. The ions which are written outside the square bracket. The ions which are written outside the square bracket are called counter ions. The ions which are written outside the square bracket are called counter ions. This is sixth useful term. Okay. Metal atom, central metal atom. The metal atom which is present in the coordination entity is called central metal atom. Okay. Counter ions. The ions which are written outside the central metal atom, outside the coordination entity, that is square bracket, are called counter ions. Counter ions are bonded to central metal atom by ionic bonds. Like that we will see in next coming classes. Okay. Sixth, counter ions. Next, 3 or 4 or hardly 3 or 4 useful terms are there. Those are simple terms only. After that we will see nomenclature. Okay, ma'am. In next class we will go through that nomenclature and as well as 3 or 4 terms which are remained in today's class. Okay, I hope you are very clear about today's class, ma'am. All of you, just go through the topic clearly. Okay, thank you all.